9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome back to MAGNIFIER Firearms. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite weapons, the AR-15. In particularly, we're going to be talking about my AR-15, the Sig Sauers M400-TREAD SNAKEBITE. She's a real pretty weapon. Sit back, relax, put your headphones on, and let's have some fun. Hey guys, welcome back to MAGNIFIER Firearms. Today we're going to be doing, like I said in my intro, we are going to be looking at and working with my Sig Sauers M400-TREAD SNAKEBITE. This is definitely one of my favorite weapons. It's the AR series. It's really a great tool. This particular one is pretty much stock. It only came with obviously it's the barrel, the handguard, the upper, the lower, and the stock. It came with all that, and then I added in the iron sights. I added in the magnifier, and the light, the handles, the forward grip, stuff like that. Excuse me 1 second. I just want to grab myself a little drink. I'm a little parched today. So what I think we're going to do today is, we're going to do a review. We're going to talk about this beautiful machinery here, and then I'm going to show you how to take it down and clean it. It's been a little while since the last time I've cleaned it, and I think we can do a pretty good job, of doing it. And I'm hoping that with the way the cameras are, you're going to be able to see pretty much everything I have going on here. So about the weapon itself, right? So obviously, like I said, this is the M400 series, the TREAD snakebite, right? So it's chambered in 223 and 556, right? I've been shooting 556 out of this. It's been shooting really, really well. The barrel, which is from muzzle to receiver, is about 16 inches. And overall, from end to end, we're looking at probably 35. Okay. Mag capacity is 30 plus 1. It has a manual safety, right? So it's ambidextrous, however you say that big word. But you can do it from the right or the left, right? So left side, right there, right? So you can do it from either side. Total weight probably about 6.5, 7 pounds. The stock on it, it's multiple positions, right? You just press the lever and you pull to whatever you want it to be, right? All the way out. We have a 2-stage trigger. The muzzle on it is a what do you call this? It's a hybrid compensator, and it has a flash hider kind of built into it. The body itself is made out of aluminum, and the barrel is stainless steel. The barrel has a 1.7 twist rate to it, and I think that's pretty much the extent of it. The handguard is what they call free floating, right? Because it holds, the only thing that's really holding it in place are these 2 screws right here. Well, from the other side, but you take those out and this whole piece will come off. Excuse me. The TREAD series has a bunch of accessories that are guaranteed to fit on this weapon, right? So for instance, the Romeo 5 optic. So that is a part of the TREAD series. The flip up iron sights, the forward grip, the MLOK handguard, That's all a part of that series, so they're guaranteed to fit. And then as far as everything else goes, as long as it can fit either into an MLOK or a Pickaninity rail, then we can put it on. It's pretty versatile. Like again, it shoots two different kinds of bullets, the 5.56 or the 2.23. So I typically go with whatever is chipper, the chipper chicken, right? So it overall weight, overall everything, it's I think all around it's a pretty great weapon. Now I'm not gonna rank this as like the best of all could be, right? Because like the old wise man that I've talked to quite a few times, he builds them, right? And I'm sure what he builds are probably way more superior than this, but they're also probably way more expensive as well. So with that being said, as far as the price tag on this, now we're talking like stock without any of the accessories, right? So we're talking rear stock, main, front with the handguard. You're probably talking with the trigger, obviously, as well. You're probably talking about $900 to $1,000, right? And then plus everything else. Let's talk about the Romeo 5. So the Romeo 5 is a red dot. It's 2 MOA, so it's actually a pretty small dot. The unit itself is, probably a total of like 5 ounces, and it only has 1 magnification. The battery life on it is 40,000 hours, I guess it is, hours or days, hours probably. And it runs off of the 23.2 CR battery. So it has a long life. The Juliet 6 magnifier, which is right here, this one here is a push to flip, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to stand it up this way, so I'm hoping that you can get a good view of it, right? But there's a little button here. You press it, and it flips to the side, right? Just like that. I just want to make sure you get, there we go. Maybe that's a little better, right? So it flips to the side just like that, right? My Romeo 5 has these flip up covers on it, and they just flip up like that, right? So if we were doing like close range training, I would typically keep it just like this, right? Because you get a good view and everything is close. It's within, 10, 15 yards, right? But now if we're talking about like 25 to 50, I'm not sure if this will go as far as 100. I'm comfortable saying 50, but you bring this down and it has a 5x magnification to it. And you have a knob right here, the dippolator, something like that. I don't know the technical terms. I think you know that by now. You just kind of turn it up a little bit, turn it down, get it into focus, and you're good to go. So if you're doing long range, you just kind of, you flip this down and then you make your adjustments, and then that way you can go long range. I got something stuck in my tooth and it's annoying the hell out of me. So that's really a great add-on. So this piece itself is probably only weighing in at like 9 ounces. It has a 4-degree field of view, and it's made of aluminum. All right, both pieces are waterproof and fog-proof, which I think are pretty good too. Speaking of fog-proof, I need to find myself a pair of protective glasses that won't fog up. That just annoys the shit out of me. So anyway, I digress. So again, moving on to the next piece of equipment, we're going to move the Juliet aside, and we're going to flip up these iron sights, which I think is pretty spectacular on their own. I love the fact that you can just fold them and tuck them away, and then when you need them, bring them back up. Now, I'm going to tell you that, 99.9% of the time, these are going to be down. But God forbid your battery dies, right? Or it breaks, whatever it is, falls off, whatever it is, you just pop that up and you still have good aiming capabilities, right? So the beauty about this is that these are co-witnessed, right? So the dot actually hits right in the center of this front iron sight, So if this Romeo 5 goes dead, you know, you can look right through here, through the Romeo 5 to the front sight to be able to acquire your target, you know, which I think is pretty cool. It's not like I have to worry about trying to take this off so I can still shoot. You know, I just do it with it there. What else are we going to talk about here? We talked about that. And then I put the tactical light on it, which is also another cool thing. You know, we've talked about the Olights quite a couple times, two or three other times. I have them on some of my sidearms. Again, a lot of people don't, you know, talk bad about these guys, and I just don't see it anymore. You know, back in the day when they first came out, they were known to overheat, get really hot. You know, I just don't see that anymore. And I think for the value, for the cost of it, they really are a great light. This one here in particular is called the Odin S, right? So there's the Odin Mini and then the Odin S. Now, the difference is this one's just a little bit longer, and this one has a strobe light feature, right? Where the Mini does not. So with that being said, really, really cool. It has this pressure plate that I mounted right on top over here, right? So, you know, how you hold it is however you're comfortable with, right? I typically hold it like this is my way of doing it, and that way I have full control of the pressure plate, right? Or you can hold it like this, whatever. So you have a low setting, and you can just turn it on and off just like that. Boom, right? Or it's a long hold and let go. Long hold, let go. If you want it to stay on, you press it and let go, right? A real quick tap, right? So there's a low, and then it's the same thing with the high, right? Press it quick and it turns on. Or if you're looking for just an on-off, press and hold it, and then let go, right? And then if you double tap, there's the strobe light, which I think is, you know, another cool feature of it, right? And I have that mounted on the top. You know, sometimes you see it off on the back here, or you see it on this side, you know. But I actually had it here at first, and then when I started training, it just wasn't my cup of tea. I just didn't like it there. I felt uncomfortable, so I had it removed. I removed it, and I just reinstalled it on the top over there. As far as the holder itself, it's an MLOK, right? So, I mean, MLOKs are just awesome, right? Whoever came up with that is genius, right? So it's just two screws with a locking nut on the other side that kind of flips and is long, and then when you put it in, it turns like that, and then it tightens itself down, which is pretty interesting. So anyway, so that's an MLOK, and then, you know, it's attached here with a slide. It's almost like one of the rails, like a rail thing, right? Now, also early on, they would say that that it would detach itself, right? So the magnets, these are held on by magnets, right? And this is what control the pressure. This is how the pressure plate controls the light, right? But I guess, you know, I don't know if this is a new thing or they just approve upon it, right? But they put a locking feature on it. So, you know, you just, you pull back and twist and it comes right off. And then to lock it back into place, you pull forward and twist and it doesn't come off, right? So that locking feature is pretty cool, right? So that just comes off. And then the other cool thing that I like is that if you loosen this enough, just like that, you can easily remove this and you can use it as a handheld, right? So, and it has pretty much the same features. You can press and let go, you can click it on, and then strobe, and then high, and maybe it's just high, right? So, but still, you know, I think it's great. You can pull it off and just use it as a flashlight, you know. And I think that's another cool feature. Now I'm going to leave this off because we are going to get into cleaning it, and I don't want to clean it while that's on there. So we're just going to leave that aside. Also, what I did was I installed this MLOK QD accessory right here, and that's a quick disconnect, right? So so for me, I have this sling, and with this sling, you know, this is from We the People, which is a really great brand. It's you know, veteran owned, and you know, they make holsters, they make slings, they make clothing. It's pretty awesome. All right, so one I attach to this side, and then the other one I attach all the way around to here, and that's kind of built in to the gun right there. So if you can see that, it's right there. Yeah, so I'll try this on for you, and I'll show you, and I hope you can see, just like that. Right, it goes around your neck, just like that. Right now, the other cool thing about this sling is that if you can see this, there's a little handle right here, and you could pull that handle and tighten this up just by a quick pull, just like that. Right, and if you need to, you know, loosen it real quick, you just grab that handle and you pull it back, and you can get it right into your arm. You know, so if you're just walking around patrolling, this is a great way to have to do that, right? And then again, you know, just a quick pull up and you are engaged, which I think is a fabulous. So like this sling, when I saw it, it was like one of those, I have to have it, right? So I went on their website, and they were offering a 25% off coupon. So so yeah, I jumped at it. So this is a, you know, a great piece. Now everything we're talking about here is going to be in the description of the video. So if you're interested in it, you like it, you know, you want to know more about it, you'll be able to find it in the descriptions. So what else do I got here? We talked about the Olight, we talked about the Romeo 5, and we talked about the Juliet. We talked about the stock, and we talked about the gun, and I think that kind of checks off everything. Well, I'm out of breath. I apologize for that. So on a normal, if I wasn't doing this on video, what I would do is set up my little AR holder here. It's not so little, right? And I would put this in like this, and it would stay there, right? So I'm going to do a little bit with this on there just because it's it makes it a little bit easier. And I still think that you'll be able to get the full. I'm looking at the cameras and everything looks pretty good. So at this point, we're going to start breaking it apart. And then when I get it down to 2 pieces, I'll remove this stand, and I'll just lay it flat on the table. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is close this so I don't get any dirt on the optics. Now I'll tell you, the Juliet thing, you know, it really is cool. Except if it was up to me, I would change one thing on it. I don't like the fact that I got to manually roll it over. I was kind of hoping that when I first saw it that, you know, you just press the button and it goes, right? But it doesn't do that. You got to manually do it. And then you got to manually bring it back. Now, bringing it back, I kind of understand, you know. To bring it back, you push the button and you would bring it back. Yeah, that makes sense to me. But to open it up, if I'm in, you know, in the trenches and, you know, I got to flip, and I'm doing some close combat, and I got to flip this thing out of the way, I got to, like, 2 hands move that over. I don't know. If I had a chance to redesign it, I would do like an auto flip, at least one direction. You know what I mean? But again, that's me. So how we doing so far? We doing good? Are you still with me? I hope. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a little bit of a thicker punch. And a lot of people do this by hand, right? So right over here are 2 pins. One to my right, and then right here, trying to feel it, right here. There it is the other one, right there. Okay? So we're going to push this through. Now, because my hands are hurting today, normally you can just grab this pin from right here and pull it out, right? But because my hands are hurting today, I'm going to use the punch. So if you notice, I'm just going to give it a little bit of pressure and it pushes right out, right? Which is kind of cool. Now, this pin doesn't come off, which is great. It just stays in there like that, and I don't have to worry about losing it, right? But when you do that, make sure you have a grip on here, right? Because what's going to happen is it's going to open up like that. Okay? So if I wasn't doing this on video, I would actually leave this like this, and I would turn it a little bit and drop it off the side of my table, right? And I'm going to show you why. And I hope you can still see this, right? So I'm going to drop it off so it hangs down like that. And now I have a clear path to clean my barrel, right? So I would spray it down with the blue super juice, right? Riptide. I'm going to spray that down, and then I would take my brush and I would scrub it, right? Call it a day. But since we're doing it on camera, I'm going to do this in 2 pieces, and we're going to break it down a little differently than what I would normally do. Still effective, okay? Put some paper towels on the floor right here, scrub it, let all the schmutz and stuff leak out, and just drop onto that paper towel. Easy cleanup, easy peasy, right? But again, because we're doing this on camera, I want you guys to have a better view of everything, so we're going to do it flat. So now, with that being said, I just lost my punch, which is right here. So now there's 2 pins. There's one there, and there's one right here, okay? So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give this a push, and then I'm going to use my punch and push it all the way through, okay? And again, make sure you have a grip on this, because what's going to happen? That. All right? So we're going to set that aside over here like this. And we're going to take this off. I'm going to get rid of this for now, just so that we have some room. And we're going to start here. Okay? So again, piece by piece, we're going to go through it, take our time, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to grab a couple things real quick so I don't forget and have them ready. Got that. Got this. Got this. Move that away. I'm going to put this here so that we're ready to go. I got to grab a couple more of those. There we go. Like that. And we're going to talk about all this stuff, what I'm pulling out, what I'm using it for, so on and so forth, right? Where are my old man glasses? There they are. So we have it broken down into these 2 pieces. I'm just looking for the right size here. So usually it's labeled right there on the brass, if they imprint it good enough. But I don't seem to see it. I don't see it there. That's for the 22. For the 9. To 9. Where is my super suit? Right, let's see. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna pull them all out now, just because I can't tell. Can't see the numbers anymore, which means I got a 40. That's there we go. That's 22. No bueno. 357. Nope. I'm gonna go with the 22. I think that should work perfectly fine. And I'm going to pull out the 22 brush as well. Now remember, 223, 556 is chambered the same, right? So 223 and a 22, the 223 is just slightly bigger, okay? So I think we are good to go with that, and I'll pull the pulls out once, we'll put the 243 as well. Take that one out as well, so we have that ready. All right. Move that back. Okay, so now we're going to do some talking and some cleaning. Okay? So right now, all we have left in here is our safety here and our trigger here, right? So if I took the safety off, which it is, now I'm not going to let this free fly. Can you see what I'm doing here? I'm going to just bring the camera down a little bit. A little bit more. All right, so I'm not going to pull the trigger and just let it free fly. I'm going to ease it back, right? So I'm going to pull the trigger, and this is the hammer. Boom, just like that. All right, now over here, this is how this would sit, right? So just so you can get a view of where these parts are, right? So that hammer is right in the chamber where the bullet comes up, right? So the magazine goes in through here. Bullet comes out, right? It gets loaded in. You pull the trigger, boom, it hits the firing pin, right? Firing pin hits the primer, spark, bullet flies, right? And then what happens is inside the upper is a bolt, and I'll pull that out later, and I'll show you what that is and what it does. But the bolt, right, goes back and forth like that in here, right? So what happens is that it comes back and it hits this. Right? This is the guide spring, right? What in a handgun, it's that spring piece that goes in the slide, right? Here it's in the stock. Right? So it hits that, and then what happens is it gets pushed out in, and then boom, it forces it back out. Okay? And that resets everything, right? So not only does the spark and the explosion cause that to move, but there's a gas system built into this where the fumes and the gases from the bullet are pushed into a tube and makes it come out back into the chamber, right? Which helps move that bolt back and forth. Which direction? I'm not sure, but that's what happens. Okay? So there's two pins, and that's what's going to pull out the trigger. I am not... fuck it. Let's do it. Let's pull it out. I've never done it before, but why not? Let's try it. All right. Gonna do this. We're gonna grab our punch. Okay, one. All right. All right, so you see they just pushed out the back. Put them on my magnet like that. I hope it's under a lot of tension, so I don't know what's going to happen when I pull that pin. So, but I'm trying to see what it looks like so that it doesn't. Butana. All right. That's not what I wanted to happen, but it did, so we'll figure it out. Well, there's two parts, and then here's the other. Come on. Come on. I think, see, it's kind of caught underneath here. So I'm trying to figure out how that comes out from underneath the safety there. And I thought maybe if I pull it forward and up, Doesn't seem to be moving. All right, let's see. Maybe I can get a better grip. Like that. What I should have done is taken a picture of it before. There's a spring right here. I'm gonna. That's in there pretty good. I think I might have to take the safety out for that. All right, that just seems like a screw. So I just gotta find the right size. Let's see here. It's small. I have size small. Let's see, I'm gonna grab my things here. Huh, I wonder if that's it. That's a size small. I think it's bigger than this, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. See how that goes, huh? Is that it? Oh, is that a screw or is that a pin? That might be a pin. Huh. Yeah, I think that might be a pin. So even better, we're gonna. Here's my pin. Size thin, please. All right. Now, the good thing in life is that, you know, nothing's ever broken forever. You just got to figure out how to fix it, right? So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to figure out how to fix it. Yeah, that's a pin. Here it goes. It's coming out. Man, these pins. Boom. See how small that is? See that, huh? I'm going to put that right there. And it looks like side, we're going to need that. That comes up. And then we're going to possibly just pull this out, I think, huh? Let's see. I'm gonna have to do some homework and figure this out. But when in doubt, hit it with a hammer. Oh, that's not moving. There has to be a trick to it. I'm not really sure what that is. Wondering if there's like a C spring or something in there, or a C. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. You think that would just slide out because nothing's holding it no more? Or do you think maybe... Nope. All right. So anyway, so we'll stop putzing around with it. I gotta get this out because I want to clean it anyway. And you would think... Well, it's my own fault. But... See, it's almost there. Like this is... It can't be. I don't know if you can see this here. I'm going to zoom in. I want you to see this here. Wrong one. Hold on, I'm sorry. We got no button. Nope. Rio. There you are. All right. I'm gonna zoom in like that. I'm gonna show you what I'm messing with here. You see that? All right. So there's my dental tool. So here's the safety. All right, it moves up and down like this. Boom, see that, how it moves? All right, and then the trigger, the bottom half of this trigger is right here. All right, now there's a pin that held it in place that goes here. Well, I took that out and it separated the two. I don't know. I'm a jerk off sometimes. I just get excited about taking, because I'm excited about how this comes apart, right? So anyway, so it's like right there. It's like right there. I don't know what's stopping. I think it's the trigger. Is it the trigger that's stopping it? It's almost there too. Just got to figure out how to get that trigger out. See? It's right there. This seems like it's one piece. So it's not like a normal trigger. I mean, like, oh, wait. That just, pick it up. Let's see. Yeah. I done fucked up, but it's okay. We're going to figure this out. All right. I'm gonna, come on. Interesting. Does that, like, oh, it can't be that. That's just gonna bend my, so there's a gap here, right here, and I thought maybe if I can spin it, but that's not the case either. I'm shocked at this. Huh. Interesting. This has to come out. Huh. All right. So anyway, so try and get this little bitch out, man. I'm kind of disappointed right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the video for a little bit. I'm going to get this out. And then when I figure out how to do it, I'll come back on and I'm going to show you. All right? I'll be back. Welcome back. I'm sorry that I had to do that. But I wanted to make sure that I was doing this right and that I was teaching you the same thing. So it turns out that when it comes to the trigger, yes, like I suspected earlier, we had to remove the safety, right? And to do that, safety was in here like this, right? We had to remove this, the grip, which went right here like this, okay? So because I removed that, this spring sat right here and put tension on this screw, right? So I'm going to put this spring on that so that we don't lose it. I'm going to put it with that pin. So with that being said, I don't know if you could, there we go, it's on this side. I'm going to zoom in because I'm hoping that you can see it. Let's see here. All right, so that's zoomed all the way in here, right? But if you look right in here, okay, that's where that spring sits on this side. Right there, the spring goes right there. And you see, when I push up on that, this pops up and holds this side here in place, right in this groove. Right there. Yeah, pretty amazing, isn't it? So, So I had to take the grip off that had that spring in it. All it took was a what size is this? I think it's right there. What does that say? 5/16, 5/32. All right. There was a cap on the bottom of this. I just removed the cap, and right down there is the screw. I stuck this in, I unscrewed it, and then when I pulled this off is when the spring, which sat right in here, and again, that spring was pushing right in here onto that point that was pushing up on the handle. Pretty amazing, huh? It's amazing stuff. Again, who thought of that? So with that being said, I'm going to leave this all apart because I might as well clean it, right? Now the last part that comes out on the lower part is your guide spring here. So literally there's a little tip, little push button right here. You can see that. Just right there, okay? That goes down, okay? You're going to push in with your finger. You're going to press this down. Like that. And then your spring comes out. Just like this. Yeah. All right, that's a long spring. A lot of tension on that too. All right, so make sure you hold on to it firmly. Okay, so the way this one works is, and I think I explained this earlier, the bolt bounces off of this. It hits that, and it goes forward. With the gases from the bullet that gets rechambered and put back in, it causes that bolt to go back and forth, right? Which causes it to load, eject, and fire all at the same time. All right, so we're going to put that to the right. And this is as far as disassembled as I want it to be at this point. Okay, so we're going to move that to the side, and I'm going to say the upper is completely done. Like this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little green cap here, and I'm going to put all the stuff for the upper, all the little stuff right in there, and I'm going to move that to the right as well. All right. We having fun yet? I know I am. This here has the screw and the springs in there too. Good. That's there. So now we're going to pull the upper over. All right. And we're going to start cleaning that up. I'm not taking everything off of this one because, you know, I will, but I'm not going to do it on camera. Right. But the one thing I do want to show you is this. Right. So we're going to remove the bolt and the charging handle. Okay. And they pretty much come out at the same time. Can you see that? Okay. Right. Literally. Watch. And then you release the charging handle. And then these two pieces come out together. Just like that. There's one. There's two. Just like that. Okay. Now we were talking about the gases from the bullet, right? Which helps the bolt go back and forth. So now you see this right here. See this right here, right? If you look inside, you see the gas pipe right there, okay? So that goes in here. So when the bullet is fired and all the fumes come out of the bullet, it actually gets transferred into there, into this pipe, and down, right? The pipe actually goes all the way down here. They're there, right? It's actually the opposite, right? So as the bullet comes out, it goes in this way from here, comes out, and then comes in through here, which again helps that bolt go back and forth like that. Pretty amazing stuff. So, all right, guys. So this is where I am going to pause. My daughter said that dinner's ready. So I'm going to go upstairs and eat dinner with the family. And hello, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Took my little dinner break. Had dinner with the family. Now I'm back to finish this job up. So, like promised, you know, I removed the Juliet and the Romeo 5, and we sat there aside. Now this is ready to be cleaned. Okay, so we're gonna take this one step at a time, one part at a time, and we're gonna start with the bolt. Where'd this come from? I see. We're gonna start with the bolt, and then make our way around. Okay. Let's get that. I don't want to lose that. There we go. All right, and as far as taking the Juliet off, it was just a matter of loosening this, and then it just jiggled right off. Right, and then as far as the Romeo goes, I had to get a torque bit. It was the number. What number is this? T10. Loosened that up, and that came right off as well. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a little bit more light here, just like this. And now we're gonna continue with the bolt. Okay, so we're gonna break this bolt down to its bare pieces. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom down a little bit so that you can see a little bit better. And this is actually a new feature. I didn't even know that we had until today. All right, so maybe that's better for you. All right, there we go. So now you have full view. All right, so for the bolt, there's a couple pieces here, right? So we're gonna take. Where's my dental tool? Where is my dental tool? Is it right here in front of me? Did I move it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Wow, that disappeared. All right, well, I'm sure I'll find it somewhere, but I thought I just caught it. But anyway, there is a pull pin right here. Okay, we're just going to take that pin and we're going to pull it out. Just like that. And just because there's so many little pieces, what we're going to do is we're going to take it apart, clean it, and then put it back together so that we don't lose anything, right? And then we have this this pin that kind of goes underneath the gas line thing here, right? And it has to be rotated, right? So you got to get it up in there, and then you got to be able to turn it. I just forget which way it is. I think it's come on. I want to say come on, like you can see that it wants to turn. Okay, so we got to turn this so that we can take it out. All right, and that's going to drop this part of it, and then we'll be able to extract the firing pin out. Actually, the firing pin just fell out right there. All right, we just got to get the rest of this out. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Okay, so you see how that turned? Now it's kind of lengthwise. All right, and now it clears the chamber there. So this just pops right up. Just like that. Okay, and then you just give this a twist, and that comes out as well. All right, so now that's everything when it comes to the... I feel lost without my dental tool. Take another second here to look for it. I can't believe that is gone. Gone. It's gone. I am not sure where that went. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, put something on top of it. See, this is why I typically clean up when I'm done. There it is. I don't know how that felt, but there we go. All right, so now we're going to take our Super Juice Riptide right here, Riptide Army, the Advanced Gun Cleaner, and we're going to spray this all down. I'm going to let it sit for 15 seconds, and then we're going to tear it up. All right, move that back there so it's out of the way. Now I pulled out my brush, the one that has the copper end, and that's what we're going to use for these heavy steel pieces. And then I got the soft bristles that we can use for the stuff that I don't want any marks on or scratches or anything. All right. So now we're going to start back here. We're going to let that soak a little bit, and we're just going to start with the charging handle, right? Just like this. Give it a good scrub. All right, the upper's done, man. Right? So that's what we're doing besides oiling the barrel, but we'll do that in a little bit. All right? So at this point, you know, we got a lot of little parts here that I still got to clean. So we're going to pause. I'm going to bash through this, right? And then we'll come back and we'll start putting it together. All right? And if there's anything in between, then I'll turn you back on and we'll talk about it, all right? All right, guys, I'll see you in a few. Yeah. So, as you can tell, everything is cleaned up here. Cleaned up my workstation, everything. So I got a question for you. How many of you guys think I wound up taking the handguard off to clean it so I can clean the inside and the barrel? I'm not going to tell you just yet, but leave a comment. All right? If you think I did, if I think I didn't, leave a comment, and then we'll get to it. All right, so we are going to start with the lower, okay? Everything is nice and clean. Put everything nice and dry. I took my hair dryer out. It's not really a hair dryer. It's just like a type of deal, right? And, you know, I just made sure that it was nice and dry, no water. So we're going to start putting stuff back together, okay? So, again, we're going to start with the lower, and then we'll move to the upper. And but I'm not going to do, well, I'm going to try the trigger without the stand. We'll see how it goes. I'll take it one step at a time, right? It's the best we can do, right? Just take it one step at a time. All right. So we're going to start off with just putting the spring back. My old man glasses going here. Everything looks good so far. Okay. So again, we have this, and you're just going to push it down like that. And then my dental tool, I'm going to get that little nub over there off to the side and push down. That's it. That's all back into place. Okay? Okay. Then I am going to take the bottom of the trigger and just put that in first. Just like, yeah, just like that. Okay? So that's in there. And then I'm going to take the first pin and I'm going to put that in to hold this in place, right? So we just got to, see, I'm just going right for it, right? Right for it. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go right for it and try and do it so that, see, I almost see daylight. What am I missing here? There we go. I think that's, there we go. I can see daylight. So I'm going to take my little dental tool. I'm just going to move everything and then just hold it there. Just like that. then I'm going to push. Oh, look at that. Fucking beautiful. Can't beat that, can you? All right. And then I'm going to put the one side of the safety in. Just like that. Just to one side. Then I'm going to take the hammer and yeah, there we go. Now this is the one that was tricky because I got to get it in here. Like this. All right. So again, you got to line it up so that you can see. Oh shit. Oh shit. Come on. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Come on. Hold me in here. Oh, hold on. I had it in, I swear. That got it. All right, so let's try that again. Because I see it. Almost. All right, you just gotta start tapping. I think this will go in. Famous last words, right? Boom. All right, finalmente. Fucking finally. That's what that means. Finalmente. All right, now we're gonna put the rest of this back together. And I gotta get that crazy small pin, which is right here. All right, gotta slide that in to the hole right there. You know what? It's small. I'm gonna use tweezers to get that in. So I'm just gonna squeeze this together. Grab that. Stick it in like this. Like that. All right. Then I'm gonna grab this one. And I'm gonna tap, tap, tap that in. Get that out of my way. Go. Yeah, it's just a weird angle. That's what that is. It's a weird angle. Maybe I should have went in the other way. Maybe that would have been better, but I don't know. Maybe we do it like this. That, you know, it looks like it might work. Just like this. Yeah, that did it. That did it. That did it, guys. That did it, right? So now we got the safety back on. Just gotta seat that a little bit better. All right. That did it. Okay. Safety's back on. Trigger's back on. We're gonna put this bad boy back on, just like that. Now, this is gonna be a treat. I'll tell you that, because I gotta get this pin back in that bottom hole, right where it was, right? So we're gonna do this. Hopefully that holds it. And we're gonna go in this way, like that. Okay, and then the spring, which is right here. This goes right in that hole there. Now we're gonna turn this upside down, because now the final piece, I've moved it over there already. Let's do it with this, I guess, huh? This goes right there. Just like that. All right. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. All right, so we're going to get her lined up. Let me see. I guess it's like this. Nope. You go here. Like that. Okay. Get it lined up like this. We're going to slide it down. Get it in place. There we go. And then I'm going to stick the screwdriver, the wrench in there, and tighten it up. What do you think? How we doing so far, huh? Complete teardown. First time. First time. I'm actually pretty impressed with myself. Not that I like to pat my own back. Oh, well, sometimes I do. But, you know, sometimes when you work real hard and you accomplish a goal that you've never set before, that you've never done before, I mean, how can you not be proud of that? All right? I think this is one of them. All right? I field stripped it, but this is beyond a field strip. All right? This is beyond a field strip. So now we got that in like that. Nice and tight. Boom. All right. Looking beautiful. Now you just put the bottom cap back on. And that's a no-brainer. Just like that. Look, man, we did it. Look at that. So let's see. It's on safe mode. We're gonna pull the trigger. Nada. That's good. It's not supposed to do anything, right? We're gonna take it off, and then we're gonna pull the trigger, and there it goes. It's gonna go up just like that. It's a beautiful thing when things come together nicely, right? So, anyway. Pull that back out. All right, so this side is done. The lower is complete, right? So this is the magazine release. This here closes the chamber to the to this guy. I always forget its name. The bolt, right? So this closes the bolt chamber. So there's two ways you can close the bolt chamber, right? You can push this guy. There's a bottom button like that. Or there's a charging handle. Pull it back, let go, brings up a bullet, closes the chamber, right? So there's two ways you can do it. But I'll tell you what, man, look at that. That looks clean as can be. We're going to pull out a towel. I'll clean up a second real quick. Just get rid of some of this stuff I don't think I'm going to need no more, like that. Pull out a towel. I'm just going to buff it. I'm going to buff it out. Yeah, I know, that's old, you guys. So, to answer the question, do you think I took the handguard off and cleaned the barrel? Do you think that my OCD got the best of me? What'd you think? Did you write the comments down? Here we go. Of course it did. Of course it got the best of me. Right? I took it off and I polished it. Polished it real good. Real good. So yeah, definitely got the best of me. Just like that. All right. So we're going to start off while we have the guard off. We're going to oil the inside and oil the barrel. We're going to get all that done now. And then we'll put everything together because we're not far from being done. All right. So we got our rod. We're going to get a couple of our patches. All right. We'll do two, just like that for now. We're going to get our super lube. the Riptide Advanced Oil Super Lube. I did order the new stock, the X Commander it's called. Yeah, man. I can't wait for that to come in. All right, we're gonna just kind of drip some in here to kind of help the process a little bit. Just like that. Let it go down the chamber. Let it go down the barrel. I'm just keeping it up like that so we can just watch it go down. Once we get the first drip, we know that at least it made it all the way down the barrel, right? So we'll see. But this is the gas tube I was telling you about right here, right? So when the bullet goes off in the chamber here, the bullet comes out and all the gases get sucked up into this and goes back into the upper receiver, comes out there, and then gets put into the bolt, right? And I guess the pressure from that causes that bolt to move back, right? And then the spring in the stock bounces it back. So it's just a constant back and forth, which I find is pretty awesome. All right, so now we're gonna soak up this lube on the patch. All right, now put it on, and then we're gonna go in. I'll lube it up and go in. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, all the way in. I think we're good. We're gonna save that because you know what we're gonna do with it, right? That's right, we're gonna squish it around. Then we're going to oil also inside the chamber here, right? So we're going to be generous. Generous. And we're going to get a couple of these. I'll use this one first. Get my dental tool. There you are. And we're just going to squish it around. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. We're done with that right now. All right. Now we got the bolt. The bolt. All right. So this bad boy, remember what I said back in the old wars? They used to dip this thing right in motor oil. That's what an old wise man told me. All right. Well, we don't have motor oil, but we got something better. Riptide Advanced Oil. All right. There we go. Again, I wish I had a brush. A new brush. I mean, I have brushes, but they're all used. That would have been nice to have a brush, and I could have just lubed this up real nice, you know. You know what? There we go. Just like that. We're gonna see that just like this. See? Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see. Good. Good. All right, just like that, like that. All right. Get in all the crevices. Get in all the crevices, just like that. All the crevices, just like that, just like that. All right. We're actually gonna do the inside too. We're gonna stick one in there like this, and we're gonna do that. Do this right in here. We're gonna flip it around like that. And we're gonna do this side like that, and then we're gonna do in here, right around the firing pin, just like that. All right, moving parts, right? Like that. That looks good. Okay. Now the one part we didn't do is this guy right here, which we're gonna do right now. Just like that. Doesn't take much. All right. Okay. Now this and the charging handle kind of going together, right? Remember that? Because if you look in here, I want to do a zoom. Well, give me a second. I'm going to zoom. Zoom down. I'm going to zoom. So I want you to see inside. It's like a little channel. Let that clear up a second. Zoom. All right. All right. So right here, there's indentations, right? You have the, let me see, do it like this. There you go. So you have the rail and then this indentation right here, and it's on both sides. Okay. I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to give it, this one doesn't have to be super, all right? But it just has to be enough so that it moves. Okay. There we go. That. So now you're going to put it in. And then you see those grooves right there? You're kind of going to go in and down. Did you see that? Up like that and out. And then you're going to go in and down. Boom. See? Like that. Now the charging handle's in. All right. And then we're going to take this. This goes in like that. All right. And they both slide in together. In and down. Bring that in like this. See? And that goes all the way down. Charging handles in. That's it. That's that part's done. All right. Man, here we go. We're moving. We are moving. All right. It's gonna give it a wipe. Wipe. Like that. All right. We're gonna get it on the receiver now. All right. So remember how we took it off? Just 2 pins, right? Now we're just gonna put it back in the same way, the opposite way, right? So I'm gonna make sure everything is open. Boom. Put it in like that. Make sure it's in tight. Okay, make sure everything is lined up. Give it a push. 1, see? It's done. And then 2 on this side. There we go. Do it. See? Went right in. Okay. Joe, you're getting fingerprints all over. Yeah, I know. We got it. We're going to handle that real soon. All right. I'm going to clean up a little bit. Bring it quick. There you go. Maybe you can see a little better now. All right. So there's 2 screws right here. 1, 2. This. So on this side, they're like the holes are bigger, so the heads will set in. Just like that. See? Yeah. All right. What are we thinking? We learning something today? I know I did. You know? If you didn't learn anything today, you weren't listening. You know? Set the torque. I think I just broke it. Ah, Butana. Really? No, there we go. The what number? 15. Yeah, believe it or not. Something about 15. Go. There we go. And again, an old wise man told me, don't bring one down and torque it and tighten it. Bring them both down so they're touching, and then go in for the kill like that. All right. There we go. All right. That's on. That's on. We got to put some accessories on, right? So I think, yeah, we're going to do this first. We're just going to oil it down. It's going to oil it down just like that. Again. Oh, my own. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. You're wearing your good jeans. I can hear it now. Are you wearing your good jeans? Playing with your guns? She doesn't really sound like that. My wife is angelic. But, you know, I think it's funny. She's like, you probably make them think that I'm an asshole. I'm like, nah. I'm the asshole. I already know that. I think they already know that. Always a good woman. She puts up with a lot of shit. So, all right. I think we're good now. And we'll hit it one more time before we wrap it up. All right. So the first thing we're going to put on, we'll make it simple. Fuck it. I'm going to clean this off, and then we're going to put the light on real quick, right? So I'm going to move this in a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing over here. Once I get this wiped down pretty good, get rid of that. All right, be careful of the. There we go. Oh, man, of course. How you doing? There we go. All right, I think I got it. All right. There we go. All right. Okay, so real easy. Push this down. All right, you guys see? Right there. You put that in, you close it. All right, then you grab a screwdriver or a Allen key. Let's see which one fits. I think it's this one. Look at that, first try. There we go. And then let's give it a good tight. All right, doesn't have to be, this isn't like fucking the Hulk. Right, just get it tight. Make sure it doesn't fall off. All right, that's it. Okay. Now we're gonna pull out the super green stuff. The Riptide all-purpose formula for optics, optic glass cleaner, right? And I'm gonna put a little of that on a patch, and we're just gonna do the glass of the flashlight. That's all. All right. Just a little bit. Then we're going to just do that. Yeah, there we go. All right. There we go. And I'll take another one. This. I'm going to dry it. Just like, you know, cleaning the glass. Wax on, wax off, right? All right, while I have this out, I'm just going to go ahead and do the optics real quick. And this one's pretty soaked. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. All right. Now we're going to open that up, close that, push this back down, grab my rag, put this back, goes back here, this goes over here. I'm just going to up it out a little bit more. Man, what do you guys think, huh? You think I did a good job? I hope so. Hold on, I don't want to hit the microphone, so we're going to do this slow. There we go. Sit in my chair like that. And get rid of this thing. This. So now we can see each other again, my friends. Right. So what do you think? Huh? Was that good? Not good? Either way, I'd like to know. I really would. I'd like your honest opinions. If you liked it, didn't like it, you know. See? Come on. Why is it going on crooked now? What did I do? I don't know. There it is. All right. Yeah, so, you know, I like to know. I like to know your opinions. If I did good, if I did bad. I really enjoy doing this, and if I'm not doing it right, I want to change it up, right? So, yeah, man, this was a lot of fun. Took a little longer than expected. I feel like I say that a lot, huh? But you know, it's well worth it to do it right. All right, well worth it to make sure we do the right things. Make sure we set it up correctly. All right. Just want to make sure my dot works perfect. We're gonna move that in. We're gonna look through it again, and that is perfect. Wonderful. All right. Gonna make sure my light works. Perfect. 1, 2. All right, and then perfect. Perfect. Yeah, man, this is all good stuff here. This is all great, guys. Hey, one last time, I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. I really appreciate everything that you know. I mean, you could be with your family right now, but instead you're sitting here with me. And believe you me, I know what it means for family, right? I appreciate you. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate, you listening. Leave the comments. I'd appreciate that as well. And if you like what you saw, let me know. Like, click, subscribe, and share. That's the best way of telling me that you like it. You're telling YouTube and Facebook and everybody, hey, I really like this content. I'm gonna keep watching. I want to keep watching it. And then the more people who like and subscribe, the higher up it goes in the channel. You know what I mean? So again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. And God bless you. Have a great night.